Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Renatus J.A.M. My name is Jay Stark, and at this time you may notice that my set looks just a little bit different, and that's because I'm not sure how many different names I'm going to... There we go. That's the right one. My set looks a little bit different today because I have a special guest that is joining me remotely. Please welcome to the show, Mr. Matt Snyder.
Applause. Hit the applause track, Aaron. I'm just kidding. We don't have one.
Whoa, easy, Tiger. That was like his epileptic applause right there.
Oh, I can't see it. I can't see it from where I'm at.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Well, I tell you what, Matt, I know that you are remote, but I'm still happy that you are joined in on the Renatus J.A.M. today. It would not be a jam without you. It would just be a jaw.
There wouldn't even be an and. It would just be a J.
That's true. It'd be a lonely
for
little
those
day.
of you who don't know, the J.A.M. stands for Jay and Matt, right? That's where the Renatus J.A.M. comes from. So it would just be Jay.
Just Jay. The Renatus J.
All alone. I think Akon wrote a song about it. Lonely.
Come on, keep going.
Oh, so lonely. I don't know the rest.
Nobody
that's what it is.
to call my own. All right.
Man, you take me back. That's like 15 years old, maybe 20 at this point.
I tell you what, we have some information to cover today. We are going to recap the Denver Regional just a little bit. I do want to give a massive shout out to Greg Kimball and the entire Denver team for the phenomenal regional that they had last week. Now, believe it or not, this is the first regional I've attended outside of the state of Utah, and it was phenomenal. I had such a good time. We laughed, we cried, we celebrated some more. Some people may have celebrated just a wee bit too much, but we had so much fun, and there were inspiring moments that happened every single day. So Matt, why don't you tell us what one of your favorite parts or memories from that regional was?
Man, there's quite a few actually. It was a really good regional. I enjoyed almost everybody who got up there. Obviously, I missed some of them, like people that got on stage. I missed a lot of Mike Words and Tom Robinson's. I kind of cut out right there. I was able to catch Eric's sales presentation. I thought that was really good. Man, there were so many though that just Woody absolutely crushed it. Absolutely crushed it, as did you, my man. You got up there and you brought it. Because it brought that real regional feel, the emotion, particularly the awards banquet night. That was so good. You got up there and accepted your award, and I was like, that's awesome. Like that's the way that that a regional feels. Like I love it. An award ceremony feels. And I had gone up before you and I was like, crap, I want to redo. So yeah, and obviously, so my dad got up there and he started kind of slow and the energy just built and built and built and built to the time he got off stage. I was just like, that was masterfully done.
Yes.
You got to go to the regional to see his presentation, but so good.
I tell you what,
him and Woody. You're going to want to be at regional, him and Woody.
I tell you what, your presentation when you got up was phenomenal. You shared so sincerely and with so much information without overdoing it. Intellectuals really like to throw in all their facts and figures and show all the graphs and the stats, and you didn't overdo it. You didn't go crazy. But instead, right, you helped so many people. I saw so many people just taking copious amounts of notes as you were talking about working through limiting beliefs. And it wasn't overcoming weakness. It was working through the belief that leads to that weakness. It was truly inspiring. What you did was incredible. I want to give a shout out to Alex Repsholt as well. His presentation, it was a shorter presentation, 15 or 20 minutes was all, but that he did a phenomenal job as well, getting up there and talking about his eureka moments.
Yes, and I believe he's going to make it to a couple other regionals.
I
So,
I got a rumor that he was coming to DC.
oh, that would be fantastic. He did such a good job. It's amazing to see how far he's come. That's what Renatus is about, right? Like, it's so fun for me just kind of even sitting there, just watching people from afar,
Oh yeah.
watching how they grow over time and over the years, and the self improvement and work that they do on themselves to become a speaker, and then to become a good speaker, and then and have good content.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's really cool to see, man. And there's quite a few people that I can point to. Alex Repschel just being uh, one of the most recent ones that are just at the top of my mind. But yeah, he did a fantastic job.
Yeah,
And
he
so
did
yeah,
great.
I hope he's going out to DC. I hope he's able to get out there and hopefully take my time. So
Well,
he would crush. That would be awesome.
yeah. I tell you what, one memory that led up to the Denver regional was actually getting to carpool. Denver, if you drive to Denver or fly to Denver, it takes about the same amount of time. From the time
It
you leave your
does.
house, by the time you get all the way to the airport, get through security, wait for your flight, get on your flight, fly over there, get out of the airport, it takes, I mean, we're talking within 30 minutes probably of time that you
So
would save by flying.
yeah, I did it. So it was last year. Last year I drove to the Denver regional, and my dad flew from Salt Lake. And when we left, so we both left the Denver regional on Saturday at the same time. He was headed to the airport, so he was headed the other direction from me, and I was headed home in my car. So he had about a probably half-hour drive to the airport. So he drove the opposite direction to the airport, went through security, does all that, right? You wait on the plane, whatever, all the things that take time, and then flew to Salt Lake, then had to get his bag, and then had to wait for somebody to pick him up. And by the time I was in Morgan, which is about like 20 minutes from home for me. So I was about 20 minutes away from home. I called him, and he was just about to get home himself, and I was like, that is nuts. That
Yeah.
is
So
about
so
sixes.
we decided to carpool because of that. So there's Bob, Woody, Matt, and myself all in a car. And by the way, the Rover, what a phenomenal road tripping vehicle. But we all carpooled, and we had a masterminding session all the way to the regional, to the point where the first, like, what was it, 8 hours I think is what it took us to get there. We took the long way around, so it took us a little bit longer, but the first 8 hours like melted away. None of us could believe it had already been 8 hours when we got
Yeah.
there. It was just, whew, so
Yeah.
so good and so much fun. I'm excited for what's being created. I'm excited for where things are headed. But so amazing to get to spend time. I work with Bob Snyder every single day. I talk to him a lot. We brainstorm a lot. And I still find myself being absolutely in awe of the incredible content that he comes up with, and of his vision for Renatus, his vision for the people around him, and just the way that he is continually concerned with empowering everybody around him. It is truly a phenomenal sight to behold, and that's just one of the many reasons why I want to encourage everybody on the line to get to a regional conference. Get around Bob, get near him, because as you do, you're going to find that your own mindset is elevated with him, and it's incredible. It's incredible. I've been working with Bob for 12 and a half years, and I'm still just absolutely blown away every time I'm with him. So phenomenal.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was good. So it was a good regional. Way to kick things off, man. I'm super excited about hearing about DC. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be there myself, but
What?
yeah, yeah, it's a total bummer. So
Man, I'm super disappointed, man.
yeah, I know. Would you quit? Would you quit laying your disappointment on me? No,
Oh, you know, what's that?
so are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, you keep looking over to the side. I
It's
didn't
because
know.
I see you right here. So right now
Oh,
I'm looking you in the eye.
I thought somebody was sitting over there. And
No, no,
so,
no.
okay, yeah, that makes sense. Gotcha.
Sorry, I
All
got a
right.
video of you right here. I got the camera over here. It's yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been on this end of things. So
now now Aaron's
I know
coming
we
in
get a
to
few.
move some stuff for me.
Oh, that's fine. Right on. I couldn't figure out. I was like, who does he keep looking over and talking
He's,
to? Uh, we're gonna figure this. What are we on? Like 180 episodes. I think after maybe 200, we might actually figure this out.
we might.
Tell
Aaron,
Aaron
that's awesome, man.
the
There we go.
there he
There it
goes. Yeah,
is.
he's off
Now I
screen.
can see you and not look over here.
Look at that on the fly, no less. That's great.
That's professionalism right there, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Mr. Aaron Peterson.
Yes,
Hundreds of people are clapping
yes.
right now on your behalf, Aaron. That no good.
So
No good. Oh, now he's
yeah,
gone. Now he's back.
I'm
There we
back.
go.
All right, good deal. So yeah, DC man, DC's shaping up to be a phenomenal regional. The schedule looks
Oh
packed,
man.
full of
So
everything you want on it.
Yas sent me the agenda just the other day, and
Yeah,
I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. I wish I was there. You got Scott Rowe, Alex Rep, Eric Counts, Greg Kimball, Yas Hawk, Cosimo Intermite, Nancy Rowe, Bob Snyder, Woody Woodward. Let's see, Alvin Lamb, Hugh Zaretsky, Umair Hawk. I'm just, whoo,
yeah,
buddy.
that's gonna
That's a lineup.
be a banger of a regional. So
Yes.
that'll be cool. I look forward to hearing about it. And if you are anywhere within a reasonable distance, I think would be probably the Mississippi and over. Okay, get to that regional. There should be
Yes.
nothing stopping you from doing it. Uh, especially bring guests. I mean,
Oh yeah.
there were guests in the room at the Denver regional, and I uh, after talking with some of them at the end, and then there's actually one. I'm pretty sure he was a guest. I wasn't sure who he was, but he got on the mic at the end of I think it was the end of the award ceremony. Was it? Anyways, um, he spoke about the impact that the regional has had on him.
Oh yeah. Now I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
What a
so
cool
cool.
guy.
Oh no, it wasn't the end of the awards banquet.
It
It was the
was.
end. Just the end on Saturday. It's the
Yeah. It
end
was
of
the end of
the
the
year on
event.
Saturday. So, but yeah, you get that little glimpse into what the regional was like for a guest who's never seen anything like this before, and the conversion that takes place, right? Like he's in, man, he's all in, and so that was really cool. Get your guests to the
Yeah.
regional. It's so worth it. I mean, there were guests that I literally purchased regionals or nationals tickets for myself. I did that. Like no reimbursement, no like, oh, you'll pay me back. That's how much I knew if I could just get him to the regional or get him to the national. Obviously that would be a qualified guest. It wasn't somebody who was like, first phone call, I'm interested in real estate, but that was somebody that I'd been working with for a while, and I knew if I could get him to the regional or if I could get him to a national, and they saw the full scope of Renatus, they especially when you get to really see, you hear all these speakers, but there's award ceremonies. Those award ceremonies are incredible, right? Like it's life changing for a lot of people, and you get to hear their struggle and the stuff they've been through and the stuff they've overcome. And anyways, yeah, it was always worth it for me. I can't make any promises or guarantees as to whether or not it'll be worth it for you, right? But
Way to go, Mr. Compliance.
yeah, right. Just I don't want to, mince words here, right? We're not guaranteeing nothing, but I'm telling you, I did it. I did it for several people, and it was worthwhile every time. So
Right on. Well, I tell you what, the DC
every
regional
one
is
of them.
getting
So
the DC regional is getting kicked off this Friday, and Yas and Umair Hawk are going to be hosting that regional. I want to give a huge shout out to Greg Kimball and the team, like I started with in the beginning, just for hosting such a phenomenal event, taking the time and energy. It is incredible the amount of work that goes into an event like this, and I want to celebrate and recognize anybody who's willing to do that. And Greg did a phenomenal job just putting it all together, making sure that everyone was taken care of. Everybody had the AV that they wanted and needed, and it was just phenomenal what he and his team did. So huge props for Greg. Huge
big
props.
Big props to.
And then, it was super fun for me to get to hang out with Greg, especially Saturday night as the event's over. We all went out to dinner, and we just got to talk and laugh and hang out and have a good time. Just awesome. I love the regional. It was super, super fun. And like Matt said, if you are anywhere near being able to go to the DC regional, make that a priority. Get there, do whatever you can. If you can't make it to DC, plan on being to either Chicago, Atlanta, or Salt Lake City. Those are the following regionals after DC this week. So such a cool opportunity. Now, there is one other thing that I want to bring up. Actually, two other things that I want to bring up on this call today. This jam, this web podcast.
We're casting.
We are casting pods. All right.
Yeah.
Last week we spent the entire podcast talking about our Canadian pre-launch, and I tell you what, even with the information that we've shared here on the podcast, on the Founders Live, we still were getting questions when we were in Denver about exactly how this thing works. So, Matt, do you want to walk us through what the pre-launch and the launch look like for the Canadian, for Ontario?
Well, right now, as it stands, you can reserve your place in line, right, with the Canadian launch.
Yes.
So, you should do that if you are in Canada. You should do that now, right? And how do they do that? It's a sales link, right? It's in the back office.
Correct. You go under the marketing tab in your back office, go to sales links, and then the one on the bottom is called Can-Pre. That's Canada pre-launch. And it's designed for Ontario. It's for anybody who's in Ontario, not necessarily anybody anywhere in Canada. So what you do is you'll share that link with your Ontarionians. Ontarionians? Sure.
I don't know what.
Ontarionians.
I'd be curious to hear what they call themselves. There's probably a name. I'm sure they've got something, right?
I would imagine. But anyway.
Right, because I consider myself Utahn, right? And when I'm talking to somebody from California, they're like, well, I'm Californian. Right? Like it's, there's got to be I would imagine there's a Canada version. Albertans?
Version. They're not from Alberta. They're Ontarionians.
No, I know. I'm saying.
I'm going to go with that.
They're from Alberta. All right, cool.
Until somebody corrects me, we're going to call them Ontarionians.
Right on. That works.
All right. So
you're going to find out that's super offensive.
No offense was intended by my ignorance. No, I apologize. But if you know any Ontarionians, go ahead and share your link with them. Let them save their spot in the tree now. They do not have to pay anything to save their spot. What will happen is they'll put in their information, then they'll get an email indicating to them how they can sign into their own back office, and then in turn share their link with their friends and have people saving their spot in the Canadian tree. So we are doing a 60-day pre-launch. It started on October 1st. We're going all the way through November 30th. And then on December 1st, that is when we officially launch Canada. So that's when everybody in the Canadian pre-launch will be able to place their orders for their ICM, as well as for any education that they're looking to purchase. And that's when everything goes live.
Yep. Confirmed it is Ontarians.
Ontarians.
Yes.
Ontarians.
Not Ontarianians.
No.
Nope.
I like Ontarianians. Oh well,
I don't think they would mind.
I will respect the Ontarians' wishes to be called Ontarians. So anyway, share your link with your Ontarian friends, and
Yep.
you'll find it's a super simple process. It's not very difficult. But if you have questions, if for whatever reason something's not working or you haven't seen the email come through or whatever, get a hold of the customer advocacy team here at Renatus by either sending an email to customer support at myrenatus.com or feel free to hit us up on the chat line. Or if you really want to chat with us, call us at 801-701-7337. Which,
Yeah.
I got to be honest, when you're calling from Canada, do you need to have a country code?
Oh, I don't think you do.
I don't think so either. I love it.
I'm
Allie
pretty
just hopped
sure.
on. Allie Pazook
Yeah,
just hopped
she'll
on the
tell us.
call.
She'll tell us, but
There you go. Allie, do we need a country code to call between Canada and the United States? I don't think you do. I'll wait for her response to come through. But
yeah, I want to say because I used to have to call Canada a lot years ago, and I do not remember ever punching in a country code.
no country code. She's just confirmed it for me. So
That
our
makes
very
sense.
own Renatus Ontarian. It was Ontarian, right? I said that right?
I think so.
Now I'm all confused. I'm like, yeah, because it's
I
not
don't-
Ontarianian. All right.
It,
So awesome, Allie. Thank you for your help and support and assistance on that. I'm super excited that we can now include Ontario in the Renatus family. And with the Canadians that we were able to talk to while we were in Denver, they were super excited. It was so much fun to feel their energy and see their excitement. Just so awesome. So all right, so we've talked about Canada. We've talked about the regionals. Don't forget, this week is DC. Next week is Chicago. I need to let the Renatus family know that I am going on vacation, a true blue vacation. I'm going for 2 weeks. I will be back, though. So I'm leaving next week, next Tuesday, and I'm coming back 2 weeks later. So don't fret, don't fear. Jay is still here. I just am taking a little bit of time. My wife and I are going to be celebrating our 20th anniversary, and we're gonna be doing it from sunny Europe because I hear it's a good time to go to Europe. It's October.
yes.
So funny.
You guys will have a great time.
I'm really looking forward to it. Sorry, I was just thinking about Europe in the fall. But so don't worry, I will be back. But Matt's gonna be here with you, and
That's right.
Bob's still gonna be around. The regionals are still gonna be going on. You guys won't even notice that I'm not here. So there's never like a perfect time to go, and so Whitney and I are gonna be taking a little bit of time and enjoying ourselves. We're gonna be traveling between Paris and Prague, and we got quite a few tips and tricks from a number of people who have been there recently, including Woody Woodward himself, who lived out of a suitcase for 2 months in Europe. But I shall return.
Yeah. Woody's kind of a special case, but he had a little Mickey Mouse suitcase that he lived out of for 2 months in Europe. That's it. That's all he had.
You know what? I love Woody so much. I got to show you guys this picture. I got to show this to you.
Do it.
Hang on 1 second here.
I asked Woody, I was like, so how did you get everything in your suitcase? Like, how do you get 2 months worth of stuff into that suitcase? And he's like, I just rolled it. Just rolled all of his clothes. Just rolled them up and jammed them in there. And I was like, dude, that's awesome.
All right. Where did it go? Come on, Jay.
What picture are you looking for?
Well, hang on. I'll show you.
All right.
It's a funny picture.
Okay.
I'm getting closer.
Okay.
I feel it. There it is. All right, Aaron, I'm going to need you to zoom in on
What do
this
we got?
bad boy. Check that out.
Oh, my gosh.
Check that out. Here, I'm going to put it down on the table.
Here he comes. Okay, yeah.
Boom. That right there is Woody Woodward packed for the Denver Regional.
Oh, nice. I didn't see that. That's nuts. So he's got a backpack, a little circular bag. What's the circular bag all about?
That's what he
It's
had
just
all of his
toiletries?
stuff in.
It's just toiletries and
Yeah.
his suit. That's hilarious. Good on him.
That
The
was
man packs lighter
how
than anybody I know.
Yeah, he packs seriously light. He has one pair of shoes in his backpack. He has the little bag is actually a bag for a toy drum for his kids. And then
Your screen's going dark.
oh yeah, I don't know what just happened. Hang on, we'll try that again. Oh, it's my screen that went dark.
Yeah, your
I
screen.
thought it was the camera.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there you go. That's Woody right before we headed home, packed up.
What's
and ready
that bag
to go.
on the ground? The bag on the ground in front of him. Is that
Oh,
yours?
that's my bag. See, that's
that's
how
right.
Jay packs for 4 days, but not
That's
Woody.
hilarious.
Woody packs in a little drum bag. So anyway, I just thought I would share that with everybody. I love that picture.
Yeah, it's Woody. It's Woody, man.
Yeah, buddy.
You're not gonna ever meet another like him.
No, pretty phenomenal. Well, again, super grateful for those who participated in the Denver Regional. It was so much fun for me to be there and have that experience with all of you. I loved all of the comments, the hugs, the high fives. I loved getting to take part with those people whose lives were actively changing while we were at the conference. So cool, so much fun. And it just reminded me of why Renatus truly rocks. It's because of the people that surround it, because of the people who are motivated to make a difference in the world and be the change they wish to see in the world, and they're doing it. They're just doing it. It's amazing.
Enough said, man.
Enough said.
Enough
Yeah.
said. Yeah.
Anyway,
They're doing it. I love it. It's exciting and it's fun to watch.
it is. It is. It was truly an honor to be there. So everybody who's going to the DC Regional, have a great time. We will miss you. Matt will miss you, especially the most, because he was supposed to be there and then unfortunately isn't going to make it. But I tell you what, it's going to be a rocking event. Can't wait to hear how it goes next week when we get back on the pack call. I can't wait to hear how it went. So, well, I tell you what, Mr. Snyder, grateful that you were able to join us, even if it is remote.
Yes, thank you. Me too.
You're a rock star. I want to give it a shout out to Mr. Aaron Peterson for everything that he does. He's amazing. And don't forget that Renatus rocks because of the people that are associated with it, and that includes each and every one of you. Thanks, everybody. Renatus rocks.